Exactly, yeah. But on this cruise, we've had it all the way out to 2,200 paid out.
Was that a Cascadia or Endeavour?
That was at Endeavour.
Endeavour,
Yeah.
yeah. So the tool basket is not free falling, it is controlled lowering.
One thing to note here, Josh and Trevor, is there's a fishing net at 15
Ooh.
meters at 241 from the instrument platform.
Roger. Cool.
5 meters away?
Yeah.
Okay. Like just sitting on the seafloor?
We think it's snagged on one of our cables that leads to the Kongsberg, which is one of the instruments that we'll be swapping. So.
Perfect.
How did we discover there was a fishing net there?
I don't know, Yuka. I'm discovering it on this diagram here.
Cheeky.
Peter, you said 241?
Yeah, 15 meters at 241 from the IP. And it might be snagged, or it may be just laying on top of the cables.
ROV survey protocol, start at step 5. You don't want to know what steps 1 to 4 are. Can't talk about those. Cool.
Josh or Trevor, there is a question here that I don't think I am equipped to answer. Would you would you be able to tell us about the secret hidey tunnels on deck? This viewer has been watching our deck cam, and they said that our staff looks like these tunnels look like Super Mario tunnels that crew pop in and out of occasionally. And where do they go?
Well, they're not exactly secret hidey tunnels. On ships, there's actually a name for them. It's called hold, HOLD. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4-ish holds on the back deck. We have one where the main ROV winch is stored, one that powers the port crane and stores some ROV spare equipment. There's one in the other corner that has the power for the starboard crane and has some other spare equipment. And then there's kind of another compartment attached to that one that stores even more equipment. And they're just below deck storage and of spares and supplies and stuff like that, but also some of the ship's machinery. And it's not a living space, so it doesn't have a regular door-looking hatch. It is a hatch you lift up and drop down into a ladder. and you're not falling down like, you know, Mario falls into the green pipes. You're actually climbing down a ladder and then climbing back out.
Yeah.
I actually put a video of the winch hold up on the quad if anyone wants to take a look, but that's what's inside one of the hidey holes.
I like Super Mario tunnels. It's pretty apt seeing people pop in and out of those.
Definitely, yeah. Also, I want to point out that there are a bunch of albatross just floating on the surface of the water. If you look at the deck cam, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, Berkeley Canyon is honestly, I think, the site that we see the most seabirds because of how productive this area is. And this productivity is driven by the upwelling that happens because of the way that the canyon topography is formed. Yes, our hatches do not lead to where we keep naughty crew members.
Whoa! What kind of ship do they think this is?
The dungeon.
It is not a dungeon. We are a very collaborative, very friendly crew.
Yeah, well, Peter does have to sleep down there sometimes, but...
We don't talk about that.
This is
That's just hazing.
this is evaluation to see if we can move out of the below deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing great so far.
Thanks.
I don't believe we keep any food in those in the deck storage. I think we have a different storage for food.
Is it up in the bow? Is that where the extra food is? Do you guys know?
It's down, it's forward and down in like the kind of sonar room area. Down a couple decks and forward, yeah.
Gotcha.
We can't say any more, otherwise people will steal
Yeah.
ice cream.
That's right.
I do really like the Sunday tradition where we get ice cream. We had ice cream and birthday cake
I
yesterday.
know, I broke my no sugar thing. I was trying to have no sugar for the whole cruise, but it was one of our crewmates' birthdays, and we had cheesecake raspberry ice cream. I mean, like, come on.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing the look of disappointment on Nico and Megan's face.
I'm back on the wagon today.
Can you say you're back on the wagon when you already fell off and it's taken off?
No, I'm back on. I chased it down. I'm back on.
And I'm sitting back here with like 4 packets of Welch's gummies.
Yeah, you tried to get me to fully stay off, offering me gummies this morning.
I saw you eating ice cream. I thought you were over
The
that.
first thing you said to me this morning is, do you want some candy?
Would anyone in the control van like some candy?
They're just transferring the load right now.
Yeah.
The quality of food and food choices have been really, really good, and we're coming to the end of our ONC Abyss or NA-161 expedition, and the food is still top notch. No complaints.
Yeah, no complaints.
That was a question we got from a viewer. I realize I should read the question out, or else I'm just saying.
You're just like, the food's great.
The food's great. Just random thoughts.
It is.
It'd be funny if you just answered yes or no questions. With,
Yes. No.
yeah.
Like a Ouija board.
Yesterday's birthday was Jamie. Jamie is the communications lead from Ocean Exploration Trust. So her and I have been working very closely together for our storytelling online on our social media and website.
Yeah. You guys are great. What a fantastic team.
So it's been only fun and such a pleasure to work with Jamie.
Only fun.
It's a pleasure to work with you too, Yuko.
Oh, hi, Jamie from the lounge. Oh, someone's asking about my Welch's gummies. I have, unfortunately, finished all of my Sour Patch Children. I am now working through my Welch's gummies.
Oh, man.
I didn't think the Sour Patch Children bit was going to get carried throughout the expedition.
Right? Yeah, people love the Sour Patch Children.
Were you using the laser again for the survey? For the Coral Cliff? I guess, why am I asking? This is a new watch. Got a couple happy belated birthdays to Jamie, so if you're listening from the
Aw.
lounge.
Yeah.
So far we've had, I believe Jamie is the 4th birthday in the last 3 weeks. Yeah.
There've been a lot. Yeah, and we saw whales yesterday also.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ got birthday whales. Jamie got birthday whales. Did anyone else get birthday whales?
Maybe the whales did.
Aw, the whales, every day is a whale day for the whale's birthday. Or, never mind.
The whales got people, people
Yeah,
birthday?
do you think they see people on their birthdays?
People watch versus whale watch?
I think it's a bad day for the whales. If they
Oh,
see,
That's
man.
fair.
see people.
Yeah. And I believe we saw humpbacks, and there were humpbacks earlier today as well.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, we were both sleeping on it.
Aw, of course we were.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's something out there
More
in the water. Is it just,
sablefish?
is it the, I don't know, I was just looking at the deck cam. I thought I saw something. Maybe it was just an albatross, but I thought I saw, maybe it was just the ship.
It could have been seals. I know we've had a couple seal sightings, that, especially when we had the tool basket in the water. They were quite curious about the equipment.
Yeah.
Josh or Trevor, are you guys doing anything to maintain our position, the ROV's position in this current, or is everything automatic?
At the moment, I'm just in an automatic mode, or auto XY, so holding position and hide off bottom. So just kind of letting the computer do the work for now, so I don't have to sit there and fight. And plus, I just wanted to see how difficult it was to hold position, which we're doing actually pretty well, considering I'm also pulling Atalanta a little bit out of the way. So we can I can use that feature when we're keeping an eye on the tool basket as well.
And are we keeping an eye on the tool basket using a sonar? What are we using to monitor that?
Yeah, once it gets in the water, it has a beacon on it, so we'll be able to see the beacon in our navigation system, the USBL. So we'll watch that come down and see how it's trailing off the side of the ship. And then we'll come up a little bit, acquire its sonar, and then finally we'll creep up on it and see a visual in the camera.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Does it look like the tool basket is getting pushed sideways and all around by the current?
We can't quite see it yet. They just put the beacon on the wire.
Okay.
It's not in the water yet. Once that beacon starts being lowered, hopefully we'll be able to track that. We'll see it. It'll come up in our couple different pieces of software up here.
Got it, thank you. Is this your first Nautilus expedition, Peter?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, how are you finding it?
It's been great. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a blast. The food's been great, as you said. I'm impressed that we still have fresh fruit.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
lots of pineapples.
Yeah,
Gotta keep the scurvy away.
I've eaten so much pineapple these last couple weeks. It's awesome.
Oh.
We don't really get that in Victoria.
Definitely not as much, yeah.
No.
Man, after hearing about Dirk's upbringing being raised on a South African pineapple farm, though,
Yeah.
I ate some pineapple yesterday and it was good, but I was just like, but what is a South African pineapple like? I'm grateful for the quality of fruit we have on board for sure, but you know, just curious.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned while sailing during this expedition, Peter?
Ooh, let me think. You know, seeing the vents was pretty amazing. I mean, I'd seen them on video before, but diving at Endeavour was pretty great. And measuring the temperatures, I didn't realize how hot the water was coming out of those vents. And I think it's super cool that at such high pressures the water doesn't boil. And I was reading up on that, and I actually read that at some hydrothermal vents, I'm not sure if this happens at Endeavour, but the water gets so hot and the pressure so high that it reaches a supercritical state, which is a state of matter where there's actually no distinction between gas and liquid. So I thought that was very, very cool. But I'm not sure if we get that at the Endeavour vents.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't read anything about the supercritical state specifically for Endeavour, but I'm imagining places like Galapagos might have, and that's a good question for Ronke later, because she did her expedition there.
We are lowering down. Your beacon is 20 meters from the bottom of the package.
20.
Your plumb weight is 10 meters down from that. And then your stinger is 7 meters.
So Stinger was
7.
The weight was 7 meters.
It was beacon 20 above the bottom
20 above the basket.
and
Yeah.
bottom of the basket, yeah. And the weight was 10.
The weight was 10.
Weight was 10. And Stinger was 7.
So 20 or 10 meters between the beacon and the weight.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. There it is.
Look at that. Right where it should be.
Where is it gonna go?
Where you gonna go, buddy?
So yeah, the beacon's in the water. We're now picking it up on our USBL system so we can see it in our navigation. And it gives us position and depth.
How's our acoustic depth on the vehicles? How does that relate to reality?
10 meters off.
10 meters, yeah.
Okay.
Josh, where can I read the beacon position and depth on the nav screen? Or is it there?
You can look at if you pull up the Sonardyne computer, you can see it, and then also you can see in the nav-G, which is ROV nav button, that'll bring up like the ship position, the ROVs, and then you'll see a little white circle dot with some red breadcrumbs that get dropped.
It's also on HiPAC.
It's also on HiPAC, yeah.
As the one with the blue trail.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. But the only place to find depth is on the Sonardyne screen.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I got a question from a viewer wondering if it's extra stressful or if you find this work harder because of the amount of cameras for viewers to watch us as we do science.
Aw. Wow, I'm sorry that my work is causing so much stress.
Okay, we don't know that yet.
That was the question.
If it caused so much stress.
Yeah.
Actually, the number of cameras, well, to a certain point, I guess, but the number of cameras that we have right now actually make it quite a bit easier because you can see a lot more around you, and you have different perspectives from different angles, and so you get a pretty good situational awareness by seeing a lot of more area in front of the vehicle and around the vehicle. So all those different cameras are quite helpful for us, and each one serve a specific purpose for us.
How about the cameras are on you for the viewers to see, such as the, you saw Josh look up at the camera.
Honestly, I forget about them after a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're so focused on what's going on, especially this type of operation. You know, having a second wire in the water definitely is, you need a good focus to make sure you're not getting anything in the wrong place. And then at the moment with so much current and a lot reduced visibility, it's going to make it a little trickier than in the other areas. Depth was kind of a factor a little bit, but you could see a lot better. There was hardly any current. So here, I'd say it's going to be a little more difficult to make sure we keep the vehicles safe. So once that gets down and we're kind of engaging in that, you're going to hear us kind of drop off and concentrating and talking just the op, because we have to kind of maintain our focus on that part of it when it gets to that point, but we still have a little ways to go.
How is the current here, Josh? Is it looking? It's looking pretty strong.
Super strong.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen it this strong.
You can, if you look at the ROV nav screen, Dirk, you can see how far back Atalanta's laid off the back of the ship.
It's kiting. Oh, so that's not the RV pulling it. That's just the current.
Well, I am pulling, but if you see, can you see where on ROV nav where the beacon is?
ROV nav,
and
yeah.
Then our landing zone is way to the north.
Yeah.
That's our predicted landing spot. That's how far.
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
how far laid off we think it's going to go.
So the current right now is kind of heading like north.
Herc is facing into the current right now.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So and then there's a bit of a variable once we do release, what it does post-release, right?
Yeah.
Like it's much lighter, but a lot less drag. I guess we'll have to just keep that in mind that it could kite further or come in towards the ship.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's our kind of prediction right now, but we'll fine tune it when we get a little more out.
Yeah. This is going to make it a little hard if you have to go into bypass, eh?
Well, I'll have to run away and then I can go into bypass, which is fine.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be a little trickier for sure with like reduced viz and such high current. Like it'll be.
We slapped a last minute extra 25 pounds of clump on there for good measure.
That is good measure. Nice.
It's measuring.
Oh, there wasn't a lot of measuring involved. It was just
For bad measure.
for bad measure, yeah. Hence the extra weight, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because measuring is unpredictable.
Are we at Venus? This feels like an inshore
Oh yeah.
time.
This is more like Venus.
Yeah.
Except you can still see the bottom.
True.
This will be, if you absolutely time it perfect with current time of year, and the tides and whatever, this is like best case for Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than this. But if you hit it bad on the current, it's disaster.
Yeah, and for our viewers, Venus is Ocean Networks Canada's inshore observatory. So our two major observatories, Venus for inshore and Neptune for offshore. And Venus, the sites are much shallower. And this is best visibility we get when we go out and service those sites.
Yeah, we've got two sites. Even on the Neptune, we've got the shallow site at Folger, and just the amount of nutrients in the water and the amount of productivity from all the blooms happening, like it just makes it impossible to see. And it all kind of settles close to the bottom. But it's generally the bottom, like few meters, like maybe 3-4 meters, that's bad. And then after that, it's fine. I don't know why it suspends there.
I like that we're facing the same way as the sablefish right now, the weather vanes.
Yeah. For the, it wasn't until someone said it on this cruise, one of the viewers or someone commented on the weather vanes, the fish. And I was like, oh, I've never actually used them to like get a good reference on current.
It was a really sweet comment. They were wondering, why don't we just use the fish to tell the currents?
It's smart because it's sometimes hard from the camera to know how it's hitting the ROV because it looks like it's coming from dead ahead, but sometimes even when you're turned, it looks weird.
Is it bad that I'm looking at the sablefish and I'm just picturing that really delicious dinner I had that was sablefish a couple months ago?
No, it's not bad because I'm thinking the same thing. I have a friend who loves sablefish.
It's so tasty.
It's just so far out of reach.
Oh, so close yet so far away.
It's crazy that they're almost a kilometer away from us right now.
Yeah. They're just right there.
We could just reach out and grasp them. But we're also in a marine protected area right now? Yes,
no, not anymore.
So they're fair game.
They're fair game. You can get a rod down there.
Derek, if only we had some hooks on the tool vessel.
Well, that's, it's got to be recreational fisher, so you've got to have like a rod and reel from the surface, a long bomb.
Yeah. What if we were doing research about how sablefish tasted?
That's more of a study.
Market research.
It's pretty far. Like one time we tried to fish when it was 400 meters deep, and it is quite the reel to get your bait back to the boat. So I can imagine at 800 meters.
Oh man.
I don't think you'd feel anything. I think your line would be so stretchy, you wouldn't even. You get people, I don't know where, but there are a lot of sport fishermen that use these reels that are like electric. And you like just drop it down for catching stuff like sablefish. But that's like at 1,200 feet. This is more like 3,000 feet.
I wonder if we can use the ROV manip arms to fish.
That's what I'm saying. Reach out and grasp them. Like a bear in Alaska.
We have some very skilled pilots in the front row.
Yeah, let's see. How many can we catch?
All right, well, we'll inspect all of your fishing licenses first.
Yeah, I don't think your fishing license covers this kind of fishing.
Oh, really? Okay.
ROV fishing?
ROV fishing?
No.
Yeah.
Not economically viable enough to even bother licensing.
They thought about it, it's just not going to come up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you allowed to fish from a helicopter? Nobody knows because nobody would do that.
Yeah, I feel like they'd just be more impressed than anything else. They'd be like, wait, how did you catch this fish?
Power to you, yeah.
You sent down a robot to the bottom of the ocean, you caught it with a little manipulator arm? That's actually just amazing. Like, good, enjoy your fish.
I feel like it would be less of a how question and more of like, why?
Yeah.
Why did you send an ROV down to go fishing? If I had that kind of money, I would not be spending it on an ROV fisher bot.
ROV fisher bot.
No, if it was legal fishing tactics, the key would be just keep clipping hooks onto the winch line that's coming down. Every 20 meters, long line vertical.
That's smart. I like
But
that idea.
Unfortunately not.
Again, that is not legal.
We'd have to pause the winch line and like get the creatures off of the hooks on the way.
All the fish we would catch, all 0 fish.
Oh, you don't know.
I feel like it's, yeah, you don't know, but it's normally a lot easier to get skunked than to not get skunked. And look at this little guy. Oh, that's dangerous, this little fish, swimming with all these big ones.
I sat in for a bit just covering part of a shift this morning and watched a sablefish eat a rockfish.
Oh, fun.
It just straight up swallowed it.
A
Predation event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I filmed a rockfish eating a tuna crab a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine if a sablefish ate a rockfish eating a tuna crab.
What?
That'd be cool.
So cool. Little Matryoshka dolls of seafood trophic levels.
Yep.
A lot of our operation is a hurry up and wait. Dirk?
Yeah.
Do you find it stressful or do you find it stressful having all these cameras on you while you work?
Oh, you're saying that as I'm checking my email. No.
No?
Only when things really go sideways. And they're like, who rigged this? Eee. That's when I'm like, oh, dang. No, there's normally so much preparation that goes into this. And when things go wrong, it's most of the time kind of out of your control. And then it's just problem solving. Yeah, I don't know, stressful. Definitely when I started, I was more stressed about everything.
Yeah.
But now you kind of realize when to stress and not to. I find it more stressful when you've pushed something a little too far, like the ROV might have been down a little too far and it's a little hairier of like in a recovery or something like that, because you put yourself in a position that is difficult. That kind of stuff gets tense.
But not the being on camera part.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, but on camera as in this broadcasting room, talking about something that I don't know nothing about? Yeah, no, that's very stressful. I stress a lot.
You did so good.
Talking about a video, that was easy.
So we try to get everyone who doesn't usually do interactions and engagement with the public into the studio to do our ship to shore programs. Some of our staff are more comfortable than others.
Yeah, that's...
You did great.
Yeah.
And it was for our board members, not children that were making fun of you from the other side of the camera.
Oh, I'd be more stressed with the kids, where they're gonna put me on the spot and like, so what program do you use for this? No idea.
Yeah.
Or some technical question that I don't know the answer to.
You get those a lot where with the camps, like ROV camp or STEM camp, that's when all the smarty pants kids are asking you very difficult questions, like hydraulic pressure in the manipulator arm. And I'm like,
yeah, but
I'm not a pilot.
that's
I'm
not a
an
predator.
engineer.
That's yeah.
Going pretty straight down so far.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but I'm into it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's weird. Hey, how Herc is, or how Atalanta's kiting a little more than the tool basket that's got all of like 80 pounds of stuff in there, or 100 pounds of stuff.
Maybe the current layer just hasn't
Hit it yet. Yeah, this could be like down at the bottom of the slope where it kind of scoots. Peter, what does the tool basket weigh in water? Like 600 pounds or something?
Great question.
Yeah, about that, 600 to 800, I want to say.
Yeah, I think
Empty,
so.
and then
Empty, yeah.
Peter, what's its current heading?
The current heading is like north-south, south-north.
The current heading, yeah. Not the tool baskets.
the tool basket's current heading.
Current heading.
About 342.
I can probably
Roger.
guess. With the cameras on the one side of it,
Uh-huh.
so I would assuming the camera is pointing north because that's the most drag. So I would say it's north-south if I were to guess. Because it's gonna position. It's on a swivel, right? Well, is there a swivel there? Yeah, there is
Yeah,
a swivel. Yeah. It should be north-south.
So when we approach it from moving from east to west, we're going to see the side of it then.
Yeah, I would say you're gonna see the A-frame from
Right.
the side.
Roger. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, but you might want to consider which way too, because if the camera is not on the north side, then I was wrong.
That'd be a pretty good guess.
Does anyone know if we're currently in the rockfish conservation area?
It's so slow to check. I don't think we are. But I don't know. The internet's pretty slow, and the new map that they have for finding the interactive kind of map online takes quite a bit of data to navigate.
I was just curious. Yeah.
I don't think this is RCA. I can look.
I'm trying. It's not loading, which is why I asked.
Probably a little too far offshore.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
we are.
I would guess. That would be my guess.
I don't think we are, because about 10 kilometers from here we have our node and our upper slope, and both consistently have fishermen fishing around it. And we occasionally get trawled. So I don't think it's an RCA. I think it's a pretty active fishery area.
Yeah.
So what happens when our equipment gets trawled? I know we have a trawl-resistant frame on our node, but does it impact our data collection? Do we have to come out for emergency visit?
Yeah, so it depends what happens. Sometimes, things just get moved around, or only some of it gets ripped apart. But the node itself, even in the trawl-resistant frame, has been completely tumbled and destroyed. So it's only since I've been here in 8-9 years, it's only been trawled twice.
Okay.
And then the one time was relatively simple. We just came in, were able to swap out the instrument platforms, and it was okay, I think. That was the first time. Second time we had to replace the node.
Wow.
So we had the cable ship, 2-ship operations, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Is this our final dive for this expedition?
Nope.
Nope.
Probably a couple more dives after this still.
Sweet.
At the very least, we'll go to upper slope with the hydrophone deployment, which is going to be a very exciting dive. It's the shallowest spot we'll be visiting on this expedition. It's about 400 meters deep. And that's where you still get a lot of the flatfish, like halibut, stuff like that. And that's where the fishermen are always trawling.
Yeah.
So it's very
productive area,
productive. So
yeah.
you here where you only see the sablefish, really, and the occasional little red rockfish. On the upper part of the slope, we're on the bottom of the canyon, but on the upper part of the canyon you find also the sablefish, but halibut, flounders, a whole mess of fish. Like you would look in the column and sometimes see hundreds of rockfish in the column, like these kind of those black rockfish. I don't know exactly what they are, but they look like kind of like bass.
Yeah.
But they'll just be suspended all around everywhere. It's really cool. That's a cool site. So it's unique to the other sites.
Going?
What's that?
This basket's just
Yeah, going
following its
south.
heart.
Crushing our prediction.
Yeah.
Well, don't give up on your prediction yet.
What are you doing, little tool basket?
I feel like
Yeah.
we need to put some googly eyes on the tool basket for Trevor.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
It's like a blue parachute.
But it's pretty, it's kind of a Star Wars kind of looking thing, way on some spindly little legs. So I don't know how much drag it's actually going to add.
Yeah.
It's not a, oh, there's a camera there. I mean, if the current's strong enough, it'll orient in that position, but right now it doesn't look like the current's doing much. But also they're going pretty slow, so I don't know how deep that tool basket is at this point. Could be
About 550 meters or so.
oh, okay, well, yeah,
We're
maybe
getting there.
getting there. But there's a chance that the current kind of really shoots down here more so up in the column, like we are at the bottom of that canyon.
Hey, Cassie, I was wondering what kind of birds can we expect to see on the deck cam? I know we saw a lot of albatrosses.
Yeah, so what we were seeing out there earlier when the tool basket was being deployed was black-footed albatross, and there were some northern fulmars, and there was some fork-tailed storm petrels, and I believe I did see a shearwater species. I'd have to review my photos to see which one, but I think it might be a sooty shearwater.
I didn't actually realize there were that many species out there. I thought it was just albatross.
No, you look close enough, you'll see more.
Yeah, thanks, Cassie.
Wait, did you say city shearwater?
Sooty shearwater.
Sooty, okay.
Sooty.
okay.
Is that the whiter one?
The shearwater is the brown, and they have some like white flashes under their wings.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's not the fulmar.
No.
But you've seen some of those that are whiter today, hey?
The
Like,
fulmars?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, I think, light morphs and dark morphs, and I think we've
okay.
seen both today.
Light morphs and dark morphs. Sounds like we're talking about Pokemon or something. So
Yeah.
cool.
Honestly, a lot of kind of parallels you can draw with birding and Pokemon.
Yes, you can.
You
Yes.
can travel to all these unique spots to see a specific Pokemon or specific bird.
Yeah, you've got the life list for birding.
Collect them all, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot of similarities.
It's like a real-life Pokedex.
If people think of birding as Pokemon, it might take off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
I
it
think
kind
people
of
already
is.
do.
Oh, do you? So has it taken off?
Kinda.
I've seen lots of parallels drawn between the two.
Yeah.
I think there's some overlap in people who go birding and people who play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, okay.
There's a Venn diagram overlap there.
I feel like there are also 3 millennial hobbies, and it's pickleball, birding, and plant bombing.
Hang on, birding is a new thing?
Kinda, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cyclical, eh? That's skipped. Oh.
I'm sick of hearing about pickleball. I'm not gonna lie. It's-
You know what I kind of wonder is why does birding take off, or why is birding a thing?
Are you a birder?
I don't mind looking at birds. And
That's a different thing. I don't mind looking at birds too, but I'm definitely not a birder.
No, and I have a bird book, and I do like check off birds,
Oh, okay.
but not
You're a
like
you're a
just
birder.
in my yard. But what me and my brothers and some of our friends play is a different game where you have to, there's a running list of North American wildlife, like mammals. Could be anything from a shrew to a humpback whale, anything like this, anything in between.
Ungulates.
And you have to take a picture with your phone that identifies it. So you have to be close enough, so you either have to have zoom or 3 binoculars or something.
So like a fancy zoom camera doesn't count?
No, anything works.
Okay.
It could be any picture, as long as we've got like a table online in like a Google Drive, and you have to upload your picture of said moose or whatever, and it has to be good enough to prove that it's a moose.
Aww.
And
Wait,
then you keep checking off animals.
It's really sweet.
do you have Seek by iNaturalist, the app?
No, what's that?
It's basically that,
Oh my
but
goodness.
like
That would make it a lot
international.
easier. our thing is so, like my cousin, she runs it because we're just like, so we just send the picture in our thread and she uploads it because it's a big mess.
Yeah.
Pictures are all different kind of sizes and it's like ugly. But
Okay, who's winning?
not me, surprisingly. My cousin is currently winning.
Surprisingly. How could it be that you're not winning, Dirk?
I know, it kills me.
What does your cousin have that you don't have?
Like, I don't know, she's got links that I haven't seen yet.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen all these things, but
What
just
about,
not
like,
since the
not a
game
deep
started.
sea creature that you've seen? You know,
Oh,
you'd be
that-
sending in like hundreds of photos. On
Yeah,
this
how do you not
cruise
have more
alone.
whales?
Yeah.
I have all the whales. Like
Yeah,
she's got nothing. She's got like a killer whale or something.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
She's
All
really
these
skunked
fish.
there.
Just a killer whale.
Hydrothermal vent shrimp.
I'll go through
No,
some
she's
of
stuck to
I don't
like
know
the
if those are
ferry
mammals.
routes, right? Like
Oh,
that's
it's
pretty
all
much
has
what
to be
you're
mammals?
gonna
I think it's
see.
mammals.
Oh, mammals
yeah.
only,
I don't think
okay.
Mammals only, yeah. So
okay,
the
sorry.
first
I
one,
was like going crazy in my mind, thinking all these things. you
Winch,
could
go
do.
for nav.
oh,
Kind of 710 meters. Do you have a target depth for me?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think we should maybe stop around 9 and then maybe reposition.
Stand by.
Yeah.
At about 900.
Yeah, and then we might have to start moving.
Okay.
I'm tempted to move now, but then, I don't know, probably double cross ourselves.
Winch control.
Go ahead, control.
Continue to pay out until 900 meters, please.
Copy. Paying out until 900 meters.
I don't know. You want to do the half the distance trick again?
Yeah,
See what happens.
I worked pretty well last time.
Maybe a third.
What's the half the distance thing?
Well, in the deeper water, I've noticed that oftentimes you measure like this, and then you cut that distance in half, move that distance, and for whatever reason, it like
Just shoots the
goes
furthest away.
to the
Yeah.
spot. It's so easy to overshoot. Like I'll just do like a
Yeah.
little step, like halfway, and then see what happens.
Right.
A lot of times you're like, oh, that sounds great. Like I don't know what, like I don't understand how that works, but
Right.
huh.
got a viewer asking, do seagulls near Victoria, and I suppose all coastal town, prefer McDonald's drive-through or scavenge or the sea? And I have to say, it's probably McDonald's drive-through.
I mean, honestly, whatever's easiest, right?
Yeah,
I think it might be both.
yeah,
They're everywhere.
I don't
they
know.
are.
Seagulls are like the dump, so whatever's at the dump.
Yeah.
Any town doesn't need to be near the ocean. There'll be
No.
seagulls at that dump.
The dump is a great place to look for birds.
Up
In Cambridge Bay, I was up early every day going to the dump to look for birds, and I think it baffled Dirk and Albert.
Next first
She'll
date
do a
idea.
quick dump walk, yeah. I was like,
Let's go on
okay.
a dump walk to
I
look
think
for
I broke
birds.
Yuko.
All excited. No, if you want to see some close-up pictures of eagles and stuff like that, any dump.
Which one is
Yeah.
They love that thing. That's where my wife's from. She's from Terrace, and
it? This guy.
40 years ago, whatever, her parents used to take all the people from Holland who come to visit to the dump, because that's where you could see all the spirit bears, because you got the white Kermode bears,
Yeah.
and you can either do the tour or you just go to the dump and the bears are right there.
Wow.
But since then they fenced off the dump, and now you can't see those
Yeah,
things.
that's
They're
right.
all back in the forest.
Rats.
Right.
They're just gazing longingly through the fence at the dump.
Everyone's
I remember
watching.
the days.
Yeah, so you can't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
The bears are the ones saying rats.
You see a
I
spirit
know,
bear?
it's just bad for business
Yeah.
all around. That dump, these.
Have you seen a spirit bear?
I've seen one.
Have you really? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
we were just
So you
driving
prefer
between
to
Terrace
touch that.
and Smithers. And it
Oh,
was just
nice.
eating like dandelions next to the road, and we stopped and it was just hanging out.
That's so
Nice,
cool.
that's amazing.
Did you get the photo?
I did get a photo, but it was
Yes.
before the game started.
But I mean, can you backlog?
No, you
Retro-
can't, and that's what really bugs me.
Man.
So when did this game start?
Probably 3-4 years ago. Yeah, we got lots. My brother in the States, he cleans up with like these
Okay.
possums and things like that you would never see here. And like he's got a pronghorn and
Oh yeah.
Wait, if you go to Europe, you see European
no
mammals? does that
North
count?
American.
Just
It's
North
gotta be
American.
North American.
Okay.
And it can't be from like a farm or something. There's
Sure,
there's some honor in it, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. And it's just
Yeah.
mammals?
Just mammals. So the nice thing
we're
is you can
kinda-
like, if you're really scrambling, and the idea is eventually you'll be looking for something like a pine marten or or like a mountain goat or something. So you could travel
Well, it's
to a
going
place and go out for a hike and go find them and
I
check them
like
out.
it.
Yeah.
But right now it's just windfalls. Squirrel, rat, raccoon.
So Dirk, what's your proudest achievement on that list so far?
A raccoon?
Well, the ones that the competitors
so
will
it's
never
probably
get are the
just
things like the
dropping
sperm
into
whales and all
our
those kinds of things, right?
canyon.
looking
The
at?
Arctic fox is kind of cool that they haven't
Ooh.
seen
The
it
edges of
because
the
we see
canyon
them
are
up in
like
Cambridge Bay
That's a
that
good
they'll
one.
never get to see it.
30-ish
Arctic hare
meters.
too up there.
So it might
Arctic
be
hare
just
as well
dropping
that
into
I've got on my
this.
list. I've got a
Yeah, it's coming.
what are those?
Yeah, headed right for Atalanta.
What are those things that
course.
everyone thought were lemming? I've got a lemming from the Arctic as well.
Whoa.
Just yeah, so I don't know. They're kind of unique. Besides that, I now have lynx as well. I've got I don't know.
Did you get a cougar?
I don't have it. Not since we've been playing
Never
the
seen
game.
a cougar.
I've seen a few.
So hard to get a photo.
But then
of
you
one
got to
of
get the
those.
picture.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
real thing. And then you try to post it, and it's just like this blurred
Blurry,
line, and
yeah.
they're like not good enough.
Ugh.
So you get vetoed sometimes on your sightings.
Oh
Do
man.
you really?
Oh yeah.
Your
Like,
cousins
wanna
can
see
be
where
like,
it
nope.
goes.
Oh,
You just want to wait here?
like, yeah.
What do you think?
Posting something in the
Right.
ocean. I'm like, that's not a
Make
seal.
it.
No, that's not a sea lion. You can't tell the difference. Not good enough.
How did you get the first seal on the list then?
The first seal?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got that one already.
A little closer to
I've got an elephant seal from Race Rocks when we were doing work out there. Like a big male. He's like, I don't know, 3,000 pounds. And he can take pictures from like, they don't move basically. So wherever you want to take the picture from.
Wow.
They just sit there.
Wow, now I know why you're so excited about the sperm whale footage.
I know, hey?
Yeah, it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Whoa, you go check out, is that that big thing down there? Is that a,
I can't tell if
It's-
that's a tiburonia.
I think it's
Is
some
it?
kind of, it looks like it. Look at those chonky little arms, the oral arms.
The oral arms.
Yeah.
What is going on with that tool basket?
Once it hit 800 meters, it just started heading north.
I guess
Oh,
we
it's
leave the
moving?
ship not moved yet.
Yeah, good thing we didn't really move.
It's just going
Oh,
with
it
the
is moving.
flow.
Okay, so it is like some kind of bottom current.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
totally.
800 meters.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. We should
This
log
is where
it.
patience is a
in our
big
mind.
virtue.
Tell Steve, and Steve will tell us why. It's something to do with like, it's like the really cold water coming in here or something, I don't know. Flowing,
Thinking
I don't know what it's going. Yeah.
shape of the bottom.
It's like a river.
All stocks at 900 meters.
Peter, and then he might need help with the acoustic release too, so as we get closer to the bottom.
Yeah, good
We gotta get it out, set it down, tie it off, all that. Looks like it's on deck. at
Sorry,
least
can't hear you.
already.
Yeah. Which it's flagging, so that makes sense. Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, look at that go now.
Wow. Neat.
Let's go down. Let's go down another.
what screen do I got here?
What's our target? If we were, do you want to stop like 15 off?
That sounds good. Yep.
Yeah.
What do you
So
call that
that-
screen that you're looking at?
That would make our target.
Rossbrook.
What's that going to be?
Nines.
970, 960 on
Yeah.
the on this readout.
Okay.
963. Okay. And maybe we have to go west a little bit.
We can do steps too.
Yeah. So why don't we pay him out another 50 meters and see what happens?
Hey, Dirk.
Yep.
Where is the Stormtrooper bobblehead and the Barbie bobbleheads on our nodes? Which site are they at?
I think,
I don't think we saw them on any of our dives, did we?
no, I think the Barbies are at upper slope.
Okay.
And I don't know where the Stormtrooper is.
Wow.
What is it doing?
Wow, look at it go.
It's trying to find the landing zone.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think we've come across the two yet.
Wow. There it goes.
Yeah, I'm really glad we waited now.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you got to back yourself sometimes, right? You had the right theory from the start.
Yes, we can. Oh, phew, sorry. Let me see what we've got going on.
Yeah, that's green. Is
Not, was he? Just we want to cool it down, you mean?
Yeah, viewers, if you head to channel 3 to the
I
quad
can
view.
crank it back here. I can do it.
I don't think so. We could turn up this one a bit.
We have the navigation
Want to turn up
screen
that fan
on one
just a
of
little
the
bit?
as one of the quads.
And B's not even on at all.
Yeah, these were on yesterday. The other day, they were blowing. These little guys.
Yeah, why are they not on?
They're not on. We could turn those on.
Just doing some AC turning on in the control van.
Go for now.
That feels a lot better.
All stopped at 950 meters.
Copy, 950.
Maybe we should do a, do you want to do a step towards it? Like
Yeah.
maybe part way?
I just turned them on a bit.
20 meters. I'll try like a 10 meter move, see what happens.
Copy. At 230. Bridge nav. Can we step the ship 10 meters at 230, please? Copy, thanks.
Oh, so we really won't be able to go and have a look at this thing, would we?
Have a look at what?
As it lands.
Sure, we can.
We could? Okay.
Probably can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tentatively can.
You said sure.
Sure, we tentatively can.
We could sure try.
We can give it our most.
I just want your best is all.
I know, we can give it our most.
Oh.
I got a viewer wondering, when we are dropping a tool basket, do we perceive it as being below us because our reference point is the ship? Or do we perceive it as being above us because our reference point is Hercules?
I'm gonna change the camera for a sec here.
Sure.
I would imagine the ROV thinks of it as above and its ship as below.
Depends on
Kind
where
of
we're
two different
Yeah, I think
control centers.
we use
Yeah.
both reference points depending on
So we're probably 40 meters
which
above
is more
the
relevant
surface here.
to
40 meters above the surface?
task.
Okay.
Oh, for the beacon.
The beacon's probably well, let's say 940-ish.
Right,
So it's probably
940.
it's probably 950-ish.
The beacon was 20 above the tool basket, I think.
So the tool
Oh,
basket
20.
bottom
Yeah,
is
that's correct. Yeah.
Off the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
15 meters
So,
above.
so the basket's 50 meters above.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of our offset.
So the beacon's probably at 930 meters, making the basket at 950.
Right, and then we have our offset with these readings and
Yeah.
our actual depth of about 10 meters as well.
Does that put the basket at 965? Is that right? 965 actual?
Minus, yeah, 920.
Carry the 2.
Yeah, let's write this out.
946, 950.
936
The basket.
is an actual depth of 946.
Yeah, that's
which means the bottom of the toolbox is 966.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Like 965 was close.
Yeah,
so it's 5 meters above Atalanta.
20 meters above bottom.
Yep. So if we want to acquire it at 15 meters off bottom, we should probably have them come down another 5.
Yeah, and I want to wait to see after this move where it's going to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
May need to go to the south.
Why is this site called Barkley Canyon Axis, Dirk?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the axis comes from, but the Barkley Canyon is at the bottom of, if you look at the bathymetry, it's like you're sitting in the bottom of a canyon.
Yeah, but not sure where the axis came from?
No,
Okay.
there is a reason it's called that, but I don't know.
I feel like it's because it's further up the canyon. It's at the canyon axis or something like that, or close to it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think that's something like that.
Yeah, okay. Because we have, what, Barkley Canyon Axis, we have
Hydrates.
Barkley Upper Slope, hydrates.
And
Yeah.
mid-east.
And mid-east, yeah.
So I don't know, hydrates is because of all the hydrates
Yeah,
there.
all the mounds.
And then mid-east, I don't know.
Probably because it's between the other two.
Yeah, it's kind of a lame name, actually.
A little bit. I wasn't going to say it.
I wasn't going to say it.
I was going to say
Pretty
it.
boring.
We'll let the director say that stuff.
Yeah, I might not just know. Maybe it's really, really relevant.
Yeah, so for anyone just tuning into the live stream, we are currently diving at Barkley Canyon Axis, which is at the base of Barkley Canyon. And we are currently just playing the waiting game. Our tool basket is descending from the ship. And in the tool basket is a new camera that we are swapping out, along with some CTDs, I believe. What else is in the tool basket?
In the tool basket, we've got one
moved west, but
Kongsberg sonar, and we've got one CTD, and then we've got one camera.
Awesome, thank you.
yeah.
So the fish that we're seeing near the seafloor, those are
Yeah.
stable fish, but they're also known as
Try to
cod,
try.
I believe.
Black cod, yeah.
Black cod, yeah, and they're very tasty.
8, 10 to the south.
Very unique.
Yes.
Like
and-
very
Says
like
16.
buttery.
The amount of times you've mentioned how tasty
Yeah.
these fish are, Yuko, I'm starting to think you're getting a little hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Rage now.
Too
They
bad
sell
you
it at
finished
Thrifties,
your
by the way.
Welch's
I know.
snacks.
I felt like I was telling this the other day. Like I finally broke
10
down and
meters due
went and
south,
bought some at
please.
Thrifties before the cruise, just so I know what I'm looking at. Turns out salmon is still better.
Fair. I like salmon.
I like salmon. I don't know if I'd say it's better though. I feel like it's just another, it's like apples and oranges.
It is apples and oranges. I feel like I wouldn't want salmon fish and chips, but I would love black cod fish and chips.
Yeah. I had a great fish sandwich with, that was made of sable fish. And yeah, I wouldn't want it with salmon. Oh, but some salmon sashimi right now. Oh man.
It's because Trevor said sushi earlier,
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
nautilus sushi that he said.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see the sablefish kind of staying in one place. They point towards the current so that they're not fighting it, so that they can basically stay in one place and conserve energy. I'm like doing the sablefish wiggle with my hand. We had a viewer earlier in the expedition compare them to weather vanes so that we can tell which way the current is going, which is probably my favorite little tidbit that came out of my watch. It's so cute. I didn't think we would need to turn on all the AC in the control van for this expedition.
There's a lot of powerful stuff happening in these computers. They need to stay cool.
So we have a response on what the axis name comes from Kate Moran. She responds with a canyon axis is a concept in geomorphology. It refers to the central line running the length of a canyon. This axis typically follows the lowest point of the canyon's floor.
Thanks, Kate, for chiming in. That was very informative. I'm adding that to our notes for comms.
Yeah, that's a good knowledge to have.
The ship just stopped. It just did a move. So I don't think the tool basket has responded yet. We're hoping it'll come south more.
Hey, Dirk, someone's asked, a viewer online's wondering if you can explain all of the colors that we see on the map in front of you.
Oh, on the navigation map?
On the navigation map.
Yeah, as long as I just want to confirm, Josh, is this a... You guys are quite focused right now. Maybe I'll do this after.
Sounds good.
We're just kind of playing the waiting game. We move the ship 10 meters to the south, and we're seeing if the tool basket follows, but it's kind of just hanging out right now still. Maybe
Okay,
maybe
so
it's
not a
moving
big
a little
deal.
bit. So yeah, we might have to do another We'll wait for a little bit longer, then we may have to do another move south.
Sure. All right. So that means we do have some time. So they're talking. Are they referring to this screen, this kind of black screen we're
Yeah,
seeing?
we have that on our
Close.
channel 3 quad view right now.
Okay. So anyone looking, you see a few different colors. Obviously, at the bottom, you can see the outline of a ship with some gray dots, and that's kind of the active position of the vessel. So just in the center of that vessel, you'll see it's producing more dots, and then that's kind of the snail trail over time, and it kind of deletes the older information. The bottom one's the ship. The red dots, you can kind of see figure 8 all the way up into all that naming business. That's the active position of the beacon that's on the wire of the tool basket that we're lowering. So it started right underneath the ship, and then as we approach that last 100 meters of water, the current significantly stronger and in a different direction. So that pushed the tool basket up, which you can kind of see by the spread out kind of sprinkle of dots till it found like a new happy place up in the north there. So you can see that's pretty easy to see. And then the blue that's the active position of Atalanta, which is part of the two-body ROV system, and the yellow red or yellow ROV on your right, that's the ROV. So it's producing its own kind of not magenta, what's that color? Green. Green. Producing some green stuff. All right, so it's got its own little spot there that it's happy. So all the dots, active changing positions of beacons with like some history involved with kind of pings over time. Up at top is the red. You can see all the red labeling. That's infrastructure labels that we have at Ocean Networks Canada already. And then the kind of the purpley guys, they're recent markings that we did for this dive specifically, and that correlates to what our nav is saying now. Because every time you dive, the navigation is slightly different based on the ship position, based on the water temperature, all this kind of stuff. It factors in and might throw you off a bit. So we've got the IP labeled, we've got a fishing net that's caught on one of our cables that's labeled there as well, and then we've got the tool basket landing zone as that purple cross on the south. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks,
That's all
Eric.
you're seeing there.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks, Johan, for pointing it out with the cursor as well.
no problem. Yeah, 10 meters.
How far did it move on that last 10-meter move, roughly?
It moved
About 10 meters?
like 10 meters,
Yeah.
but to the southwest.
Okay.
Our ship move was due south.
Well, maybe we ought to do another step towards it, I guess. It's hard to know which way it's going to react.
Should we go for half again, or?
Well, it seemed to be pretty, like, we asked for 10 and it moved 10.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if we need to put a little more east into it, you know what I mean? Because we moved south and it moved west, like
Sure.
southwest. Yeah, what about something like that?
So 15 at 130. 12.
Yeah, sure, 12.
Copy. Bridge nav. $15 or 12 meters, please, at 130. Yes, thank you. Might be coming around a little more still.
The lasers that you see on the screen, I believe, are 10 centimeter scale. Is it 10 centimeters?
10 centimeters, yeah.
Okay, just confirming. Just in case you're wondering why we have the lasers, it's just so that we have a bit of a scale at this depth.
Oh, I see Doug putting on sunscreen out there.
Smart. It's a hot one.
It is hot. I feel like
Yeah.
I was out there for a couple hours and I definitely burnt.
There's not a lot of wind on the back deck today.
No, there's nothing. It's scorching.
It's really the first day like this we've had out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been misty and cloudy. It hasn't really been.
It's been very Pacific Northwest until today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like summer.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone was saying how it feels hot on shore.
Yeah.
And then I guess we were just too far offshore.
Yeah.
But now we can finally see land today, which is kind of cool.
Can
First
we?
time in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see just the mountaintops above the clouds.
Huh.
Dirk has like elven eyes, man. You can
So I
see.
spent a lot of time looking at stuff, I'll give you that.
During any of the previous ONC Abyss expeditions, have we discovered any new species on ONC cruises?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't recall there because there would have been a paper that came out, but
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there has been, but without knowing, I can't say.
yeah, for sure.
If Fabio or Steve were online, like, I'm sure they would have definitely comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
But I believe there are new species being discovered for other Nautilus expeditions. I just can't say for sure for the ONC ones.
Yeah, oof, yeah, I should know, but I don't. If I was guessing, I would say yes.
I'm directing this question more for you, Dirk, because you've been around ONC for longer than I think any of us in the back row. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did recently just have a a rotation in our pilot. So Gabby is now sitting at the Hercules controls with Josh at Atalanta and Trevor taking a break. Each of our roles in the control van have slightly different shift schedules. So our ROV pilots, they work 12-hour shifts. Our navigator, video engineer, and science communicator, we work 4-hour shifts. And our science seat as well as watch lead and data logger also work 12-hour shifts. Hey, for the viewer wondering about the ONC cameras, a lot of our cameras are set to record at the top of the hour for 5 minutes. You can actually see historic video on CTube. So head to data.oceannetworks.ca and click the fixed camera option on that main screen. And you can choose which area you want to view the cameras on the left in the link tree. And we have most of our historic videos on CTube. You can also revisit previous expeditions as well. So last year we were on the Nautilus. You can find all of those dives archived on our expedition management button on data.oceannetworks.ca. You can also watch the live dive from this expedition over on oceannetworks.ca. The difference between that stream and the Nautilus live stream is that we have live annotations with the stream. And those annotations are done by our data logger that's at sea. So right now it's Cassie, and our data loggers back home in Victoria, who's on shore support today?
Right now we have Ulrika and Bahar.
So big shout out to Uli and Bahar from sea. Thanks for supporting the dive.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job adding annotations when I've had to step out. And they are absolutely critical when we start getting into the dive objectives. They are the ones back on shore, making sure everything is all hooked up in the back end so that we can turn on new instruments and start getting data from them.
So yeah, our Ocean Networks dives and operation has a lot of behind the scenes, so more than just the voices you hear over the science party line.
They only seem to move like half the distance. Not even half the distance. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, wow, this is crazy. Such a slow move for how shallow, relatively shallow it is.
Our shore team would like to thank Yuko for the shout out.
For our viewers wondering where they can access CTube, the URL link is data.oceannetworks.ca. This will take you to our Oceans 3.0 data portal. So if you want to see expedition dives, you will need to go to CTube v3. There's a button for it right on the home page there. If you want to see our fixed cameras, so these are cameras that record for 5 minutes at the top of the hour, every hour, you will want to go to fixed cameras.
Yeah, and for anyone wondering why we're doing this tool basket operation, it's just not possible. 1 second.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that, unfortunately. I mean, it's going to be relative to wherever Atalanta's settles in. Yeah, I kind of expect Atalanta to probably settle in maybe here. So you're going to be kind of going down current, which is not ideal, but all they want to do is kind of see it land, and then we're going to have to leave because they have to send the acoustic release. So they just want to see it land on the seafloor. Hopefully get it enough winch paid out so it's not bouncing up and down, and then we'll have to bug out and try the release.
Yeah, the main objective there is to make sure that everything that we lower it low enough so it's not bouncing.
Yeah.
So there's that bit of like talking to the winch about how much to pay out based on what we're seeing.
That's the goal, yeah. Yeah. What's a dirt question?
Well, we've kind of tried both. I find the acoustic release could be faster. I don't know, in terms of the hook, sometimes it takes more effort for the ROV to go and grab the hook and unhook it and fly it clear, and I don't know. So if we yeah, I mean, I just generally, like, if we have time on deck, we can rig something so it's easier for the ROV, and that was just my assumption. Maybe I should have confirmed, but yeah, I think the ROV. No, we kind of switch it up, but our preference generally is the acoustic release, especially when it's shallow like this. It's different at Endeavour or the really deep sites, maybe Endeavour too, because it's just sometimes harder to communicate with the acoustic releases at that depth. But when it's shallow and we can get the ROV out relatively quickly at like quite a bit of distance, it's easier. I don't know, does that make sense? Maybe you feel free to correct me if someone, Josh, if you disagree, I don't know.
No, I don't disagree. I think especially in this scenario, this isn't an ideal scenario for us, with working with the current going to be coming from behind us, blowing us into like what we're trying to work on.
Yeah.
There's a lot less control. So in this scenario, I'd say, yeah, it'd be nice not to have to approach and land and get the arm out and stuff. Yeah, we'd prefer to work into the current, but we're not really going to have that choice here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it just depends. It depends on the scenario. But in the deeper sites, you can see a lot better. There's a lot less current. So,
yeah, less current.
So that part of
better.
it gets taken out.
Everything's pretty much straight up and down.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to know where the line is. Like it probably goes.
What's this distance between the ship and the package down there? It's crazy. It's like 100 meters or something, isn't it? 90, 84? Yeah, 90 meters.
I know, it's like we keep moving, but the package doesn't move. I wonder if we should, like, I'm tempted to haul in 10 meters. Like, pull it towards pull the boat. 800 meters is when it really took off. Like, what if we got them to haul in 20 meters and see what happens? Sort of
it's really hanging out around the IP there.
Pull it back towards the boat. We're fishing, Dirk.
You've seen this before with the Crown Royal in Strait of Georgia.
Yeah, I have.
Those ratios were a little different.
A little different, yeah. But you know, when you're fishing, right? Sometimes if you like haul your lure in towards you and then let it go, it'll come towards you and then sort of fall down.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same idea.
Yeah. Definitely new concept. I haven't seen it in practice with the winch, but
we're gonna try. It would line up, like it all kind of lines up. I don't know.
You're thinking the belly would just cut right out of the.
Well, we might pull it
wire,
towards
right?
us a little bit potentially, and then when we pay out again, hopefully it would go more down instead of flagging more.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm sure there's an element of time in there.
We moved 20 meters and we got like less than 5.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't really understand. Oh, look.
Look at that, it's hauling and it's going towards.
Wow, thinking with gas.
Come on, go little beacon, go. So now the guess is going to be If he lowers down, is it gonna go north or go down?
I'm all stopped at 930 meters.
That's
How,
looking
Dirk,
better.
is there a, like, did you choose 20 away for any
No,
other reason other than being clear of cables? So if it ended up being, 15 away, that wouldn't be a big deal?
it wouldn't, 15 would not, it wouldn't matter. That whole area is relatively clear.
Yeah, we looked around. There didn't seem to be too many cables in that area.
There's nothing there. Especially where it's going now, right? It's kind of heading more, if anything, southeast, which is fine.
So now we're, he came up 20, right? So now we're like 20 foot. We wanted to go down 25 meters before we started. That was our depth that we were going to try and acquire at. So the beacon's 60 meters above Hercules. Package is 40 meters above.
Yeah, so if you're watching. So if you're watching at home, you can see that little white dot with the red circles line up with the tool basket LZ.
That's right. Yeah, there's my little sketches there. Yeah. So that seems to have put it.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
But if we start lowering, I don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to flag away, or is it going to go down?
It's going to go straight down.
It's going to go straight down, Dirk
Oh,
says.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe we want to lower down the 20 again and see what happens. If it goes straight down. When do we get them to lower the winch 20 meters again? Okay. Yeah, for sure. That moved it really far east as well, which is curious.
I mean, really, anywhere around that general area is fine.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. We gotta, if we have some.
This is not a cable ship 1 meter kind of operation. This is just a get it not on the IP situation.
Well, we got it. I like that last bit because we did get further away from that hazard and then a little further maybe from the IP. Which
yep. The only reason I didn't want to make it further south is then we'd have to potentially move the ship every time we want to do anything.
Right.
But
we have less. It's with less than 1,000 meters is like a little bit less time for the swing in.
Yeah.
So do you want to come down the other 5 and then we could start wait for a bit and then start our approach? Is that the idea?
Little fish.
So the package is 22 off bottom? Yeah, so why don't we come down another 5? And then yeah, if you back down, and I'll start backing up and see that'll give that'll start getting Atalanta in its to swing into its position.
They're seeing something off the back. See everyone pointing, looking.
Yeah, that could That could be it in the Atalanta sonar.
Winch, that's 5 meters made up.
Copy, 5 meters. I'll stop.
Does that make sense? 20, 40, about 50 meters from Atalanta? That one just on the...
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that looks like it there on Atalanta. Right on the net, that sweep there. Right there. Maybe? Oh, maybe not. Further away. Sure. Yeah. Well, it's kind of swinging towards the ship, which is good. Yeah, good question mark. I don't know. It's so weird. Like I'm having this like 3D perspective thing that I'm not like we're like we're.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of like we're under the wire, but not. You know what I mean? Still gonna be coming straight down, but. Yeah, you're gonna have to pull Atalanta to get there. Yeah, that's good. So I would say you could come up a bit and then pick it up, start moving towards it from. So it's going to be 15-ish meters off the seafloor.
Oh, there you can see a whale in the background, behind the crane. You can see the spout. Humpback.
In the deck cam?
I think I'm guessing the package is going to be about 15 meters off
Deck
the
cam.
seafloor.
Dirk, which camera are you looking
Deck
at?
cam, the crane. It's just by the tip of the crane.
So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Not to distract the pilots. But
So I'm just going to say tail to tail and let you pull out there.
there it's just at the surface again.
Okay, come up.
Wow, it's really close.
40 meters.
Yeah.
40.
It is really
That's
close.
probably it.
Okay. That first stretch, I'll try and keep it like 15-ish, between 10 and 15 meter delta. Could be, yeah. Makes sense. Okay, coming up. Yeah, looks like a decent target there. I see another sweep around here. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, looks. That's probably it. Come up a little bit on delta. Looks like now the tool basket is a little bit further than 20, but
Yeah, that's okay. That should be fine. Initially I was going to say 30, so then I moved it to 20, so it's completely...
yeah, it's probably 22, 23.
Yeah.
looks like 22 meters away, 20 or 25 meters away. Just make it out there. Yep, nice.
Yeah, sweet.
Great. Awesome. So you're okay, Dirk, with that? Do you want to move the ship at all, or are you happy with that?
No, that looks like a pretty good spot. It's just as we pay out, I would like to see the kind of the clump weights start to like lower independently, and so we're not jigging this thing off the bottom with the swell.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
there are two little football floats there that should keep it from doing that, but we
Okay.
just have to make sure to pay out enough.
Yeah, Herc's 27 meters off the seafloor right now. So.
Okay, so if possible, it would be nice to kind of find how high it is and follow it down.
Sure. I'll let you make the winch calls, Gabby, whatever you want to do.
Like it's altitude kind of thing. So sometimes the porch camera works, this like the horizontal looking camera. Yeah, I would say so. Okay, which one's your porch camera, sorry? Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, the floats are like 6 meters or 8 meters above the bottom, so I think that's probably pretty good, but ideally we follow the tool basket down and kind of watch it touch down, and then continue to pay out winch line. Let me know if I'm asking too much.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, when we ask for the winch to pay out, we'll just follow down, and we can do that in kind of steps till we get it near the seafloor. And then once we get it near the seafloor, we'll want to do a little bit bigger payout so that we set it down, but also give some slack to account for the ship going up and down.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Exactly, yeah, makes sense. Okay, so what we want to do is, so we probably want to, if we're 20 meters, maybe we want to come down 10 meters and then come down 5 meters, and then we know we're about 5 meters, we can do a final confirm, and then we come down from 5 and we watch the touchdown of the platform onto the seafloor, and we continue to pay out on the winch so that we're not coming up and down. And once we kind of see that we've kind of dumped enough wire, the wire is going to be caught up by the floats above, so we're not too worried about dumping wire onto the ground. We'll just continue to pay out an extra, like, once we're at 5 meters, we'll say winch pay out 8 meters. And then we'll watch touchdown and we'll go out of there. Yes,
that's
correct.
it.
Yep.
Just watching it.
Yep, and we can move incrementally smaller moves too. We'll just see, make sure we can see it above the ground before we drop it onto the ground kind of thing.
Copy that. Winch control. Pay out 10 meters, please.
I'll give you a little more delta.
So,
Roger.
And then once we're after this 10 meters, we really want them to have the acoustic release kind of ready for this process. So, yeah, do you mind, Peter, if you can go help on deck and work with Mike, get it over the side, because once we do our final few steps, we want to be in a position where we could start trying to release this. So, thank you.
Okay, still paying out.
So I can see him on deck there, working with the deck unit and the acoustic release.
Yeah, it's about 20 meters in front of you. So you could go, you could just keep it in the visual.
Copy that, 10 meters, paid out.
I'll stop on the winch here. Sure. It does look like it's traveled a little bit north as he's come down, which is a good thing. I'm thinking reel it in helped.
Yeah.
Like reel it in and then like put it down again.
Yeah.
So you are 12 meters off, yeah?
All right, yeah.
Looking
Sweet.
about 15 meters in front of you.
And I don't see, okay, so we're broadside looking at it from which direction? Oh.
Yeah, we're south looking north.
Okay, so I was completely 90 degrees out. Huh.
Yeah.
It's not bad, 90 degrees off.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
12 meters, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And
Winch control, pay out another 5 meters, please.
Okay.
Yeah, and so once we've done this 5 meter move, we really want to have the release transducer ready to be triggered so that once we're happy that it's enough lines out, we can just bug out of here, go into bypass, and let them try their release.
So you got to leave the area to clear, to get the noise out of the way, and then right before they trigger, go to bypass just to be quieter.
Copy.
So we will drift, you know, when we're doing that, I'd say.
Can we go have a slightly closer look at this thing? So we could. Yeah. Just would really like to kind of see how far off the bottom it is. Also be kind of interesting to see whether it's how much it's kiting every time it comes down.
It looks like as we've been lowering, it's been going further north a little bit. We've had to chase it a little bit.
Yeah, it's still in a really good spot. I think it's only like 4 meters east of where we wanted it to be, so that's kind of
that's pretty good. Sure.
And it looks like it's actually pretty close to the bottom on the lower end of these swells. Although it's hard for me to see the bottom.
Yeah.
Probably just
what is our
see the
altitude here?
Herc is 4.5 meters off. There's the bottom on the Herc Zeus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there it is there. So it's.
So now I don't see the platform or the. Can you see
up just a little bit? There it is there.
Okay, so that's what.
So that's
6 meters.
I'd say 5-ish meters off.
Yeah, so we probably want to come out like set 8 meters on the winch, and that should be in a good spot.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're about 5 to 6 meters off. So I'd say 8 to 9 meters.
Okay, if all right. So is the
8 meters probably.
acoustic release transducer looks like it's not quite ready. I'm just gonna poke my head out here, make sure, and
okay.
then I'll be back. But this seems like a happy place.
Great.
Okay, we'll stand by. It looks like it's coming towards you now. Yeah. Yeah. That was interesting. But you're still, I mean, you're good. You're 10 meters away from it, so like you're well clear of it.
Hey, Gabby, just an FYI, you are off SPL.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank
That's
you.
okay. Just want to give you a heads up, but please feel free to stay off of it if that is
No,
what you meant to.
everyone I'm talking to is on, so I can be on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it just for a moment started drifting
Yeah, now
south.
it's just come south for some reason. It was right beside the spot there for the longest time.
Yeah.
Maybe the current's backing off. Wow. Wonder. Oh, come on. That's why sometimes when you're close to the mark, I just want to put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just put it down now. Wow, that has really traveled. So look, it's still going south. I think we may need to move the ship, but they may not want to have their transducer in the water while that's happening. How far is that showing away now? From the 28 meters? It's like moved almost 8 meters.
Yeah.
It's Dirk on there. So Dirk, since you left, the beacon has moved about 8 meters to the south. So we're like 28 meters away now.
Even 28 is still fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to move the ship?
No.
Whatever we do, we should do it soon.
We should do it.
Because I'm still backing up.
It's still traveling south.
Okay, so if we want to get a visual on the seafloor and the beacon, then we can lower it down, and then we will give Doug on the radio the go-ahead to try and release, but we'll wait and bug out before we do that. So.
Okay, well, we should put this down. It's coming. It's going further and further away from the.
Yeah, let's do our 7 or 8 meter, 8 meter.
Let's do 8 meters, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Winch control, pay out 8 meters, please.
We want to keep an eye on the basket as it lowers down. Like
yeah,
you don't want to be
I didn't mean to. The auto did something unexpected here.
Oh, you don't necessarily. I mean, yeah.
It's been putting some really weird stuff in here.
Sure.
Okay, so it just hit bottom there. You can
Touchdown.
tell. Shoot. No, I can't see. That's probably fine for him on the winch. I wouldn't want to go more.
Yeah.
I would put in 1 meter and it would go -5.
Yeah, sometimes I don't. Like I just have auto heading on a lot of times, and then.
So I think we're fine. Fine with the spot, Josh. I think we could probably get out of there and go into bypass once we're a little bit further away.
Okay. This will clear up pretty quick if you want to have a peek on it.
Yeah.
Well, we saw it land, and he paid out quite a bit after that. I don't want to sit around here for too long.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to get out?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could just head east.
East. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, there was some unexpected like auto thing that I haven't really seen where I don't know what was going on there.
Okay.
But I would end up with a like.
They can
bigger move than.
Yeah, much bigger move than I put in.
Josh, are they okay to try the release in the meantime?
Totally.
Johan, can you get them to try the release?
Copy that.
You did have a 5 meter down step.
Deck control.
It's a 1 meter down step.
It's a 5 meter down step right now.
No, that's a velocity.
Deck, you are
the step is
to
one.
try
oh,
to release the
that's what happened.
acoustic release.
Thank you.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, operator error there.
Okay.
Copy that.
So are you going to haul up on that, Dirk, or?
Well, if they say release okay, yeah, we could probably pull up on it.
Do you want to
Johan,
go
if
up
you
slow?
can,
Or
yeah, just go slow.
So you
winch
can stop running
control.
away. Got
Can
me.
you
Okay.
start hauling in slowly?
Copy. I'm falling in slowly.
Because we'll go back and inspect it, hey?
Yeah,
well,
but
yeah.
if he would see the tension come off on the winch, so if he finds that it hasn't come off, if he's up, like, he'll let us know.
Okay,
He'll be
sounds good.
monitoring that, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a bozo here.
Johan, can you check to see if he can confirm that it released? The winch guy?
Yeah. Winch control. Can you confirm that the package is away? Are you seeing a tension on the winch?
Sorry, control. I can't quite hear. Tension is at about 500 pounds. So
Yeah.
we don't have tension from the package just yet.
Okay.
Copy. Keep
All right.
monitoring that and let us know. Thanks.
Seems like the current slowed down a bit.
Yeah, it must have just like backed off in that moment, and then it started to swing towards the ship.
It's so now we really want to watch that the package, because even though we dropped the tool basket that was heavy, I think it's going to be heavier, relatively denser, relative to its drag anyway. So it's going to come towards the ship, I suspect.
Okay, so
I think if you is Doug winching right now, or is he just holding?
He's winching in slow.
I can head east.
Yeah, I think you could kind of come down and look like that way.
Okay, you want me to look at it right now? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, he's slowly coming up.
Okay.
We don't want to go under, but I think you could approach looking west.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't see it in your sonar, but
He's hauled in about 10 meters.
okay.
Yeah, if he's not seeing it, he can probably start coming up on that winch a little faster.
Copy.
If he's clear.
Winch control. You can haul in faster now.
Copy. Speeding up to 30 meters a minute.
Copy. 30 meters a minute.
Could you put a mark where you think it landed? Because now it's going to start moving.
Yeah. It's hard to see, but there is a cursor mark right here. But I'll...
Oh, because it's red on red.
Yeah, I'll make it purple.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
If I could spell basket.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's about 20 meters, a little bit to your port.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, you're seeing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it there. Cool.